Hello, it's the first game of the Premier League tonight, and to coincide with that, I'm going to be doing my Premier League predictions for the following season. We're going to start off from the relegation zone, and we're going to see who I believe will be the champions. To start off with, in 20th place, it is going to be Huddersfield. I knew that totally. No, I didn't forget. And in Huddersfield are going to be in 20th because I don't think they're strengthened enough. They have brought in a few players, but they're not really Premier League players. And I sadly think they're going to have a tough season, and they're going to finish in 20th. In 19th, I believe, is going to be Brighton. Again, obviously, they went up quite comfortably last year. However, again, Chris Hughton's men, I don't think are going to have it. Especially when you think about it, they haven't really got the TV money that the other Premier League clubs have currently. Rounding out the relegation zones is going to be Burnley. Burnley are obviously a great team. I really like Sean Dyche's men. However, I don't believe they've got what it takes to stay up this season due to the fact they've already let Andre Gray go to Watford, and so far they haven't actually replaced him. Obviously it's quite early on since the transfer, but I honestly think they need to replace him quickly if they've got any chance. And Sean Dyche himself said after the transfer that they haven't got the money to keep up with the big boys, and obviously with other teams being in the Premier League for a lot longer than Burnley, they have more chance of surviving. So I honestly don't think Burnley will be able to survive. I love them, but I don't think they'll be able to survive. 17th and 16th is Crystal Palace and Newcastle respectively. I've chosen Crystal Palace for 17th because obviously they had a very tough season after last year. Sam Allardyce obviously was the former manager, but he has now resigned. However, I don't feel like they've got what it takes to really push on for a mid-table spot. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I honestly think they're going to have a difficult season. They've got some good players like Balassi, obviously. However, actually, he's no longer there. I meant Wilford, sorry. But I don't think they've got what it takes. 16th for Huddersfield, for Newcastle, though, I think is really good. I think Newcastle will get 16th because coming up from the Championship, they're going to have a difficulty with how good the Premier League is. Obviously, they've had a season away, and I know they absolutely dominated the Championship, but they weren't quite Premier League standard in the Championship, as I'm sure you all know. But obviously, getting one of the Murphy twins in is a very good signing for them. I think he'll be a great player for them this season. Not become a Norwich fan, no. But anyway, we'll see who I think is going to be 15th and 14th next. In 15th place, I've chosen Stoke. This is because I feel like they're always around that sort of position in the league, and I don't feel like they're going to improve. They haven't really signed that many players to improve their squad this year, and I feel like with the people ahead of them, there's reasons for them to be ahead. So I feel like Stoke will finish 15th. They've been a Premier League team for a long time now, formerly under Tony Pulis, but now under Mark Hughes. So we'll see how they do. In 14th, however, I've gone for Swansea. Obviously, Swansea are a very good team. The Welsh outlet. I think 14th is fair enough because I think if they let go Gylfi, I think they'll struggle to get 14th. But I think if they keep on Gylfi, 14th is a good amount, and they may be able to push a little bit higher. Obviously, there's also been talk about Bailey going back to Swansea, and that would be a good signing for Swansea. 13th, I've gone for Tony Pulis' West Brom. Obviously, they're always around that area, but I don't think they've got enough to push on. I think 13th is fairly fair for them. Obviously, they're sometimes criticised for playing boring football, so maybe they might play a bit more exciting football this year, you never know. In 12th, I've gone for Watford. Marco Silva's Watford, obviously. Silva's came in from Hull, and he had a really good first season, or first half of the season in the Premier League, so hopefully he'll improve. Obviously, he did go down, but then that wasn't really his fault. Hull were pretty much going down anyway, so hopefully he will improve with Watford and maybe even push them a bit higher up. But 12th is where I've picked them for them because of Andre Gray. I think their attack force with Andre Gray is going to be phenomenal, so watch me. 12th might be wrong, but I believe. Next up in 11th is Eddie Howe's Bournemouth. I believe Bournemouth will finish there because obviously they've done very well over the last few seasons to even stay up, and I think Eddie Howe has got such a good managerial technique that I believe that will happen. In 10th, I've gone for Craig Simpson's Leicester. Obviously, he's taking over the full-time manager role as of just at the end of last season when Ranieri was sacked, which people have said was cruel, but Craig Simpson did do much better. Sorry, Shakespeare did do a lot better after that. I do believe that he's done really well with Leicester so far, and he can continue that, but I still feel like they're never going to become the Premier League winners they were once, and I think 10th would be a very solid season. Especially if I've got West Ham. I think West Ham will have a really good season. Obviously, they brought in Hernandez, who's the former Man United guy. They've also brought in Joe Hart, which might be a good goalkeeper for them, and I believe they're going to be really solid due to this. I think the transfer businesses they've done is really important, and I think it will really help them. I still don't think they're going to become a top 7, top 8 club, just due to the fact, I know they have been there before, but the amount of teams spending a lot of money nowadays, West Ham would be happy with 9th, I think. I know they would want Europa League football, but maybe they could get that in the Capital One Cup by winning that or winning the FA Cup. 8th, I've got Southampton. Southampton are a cracking team, and sadly, they are often seen as a selling team to Liverpool, but this year they haven't done that yet. So I think, again, 8th is a solid position for them. Obviously, they all want to be higher than that, but due to the top 7, I don't think there's any way they could get in that. They might get 7th, but I couldn't see them getting 6th or 5th due to the amount of money that the other teams have and the better players the other teams have. In 7th, I've got Everton, who obviously Coleman used to be the Southampton manager, and he's now moved to Everton either of last year. Wayne Rooney obviously signed for them, and I think he'll be really helpful. Obviously, losing Lukaku will be a blow for Everton, but they have brought in the likes of Jordan Pickford and Michael Keane, and I'm sure they'll be great players for Everton, so I think they will survive this season, and they'll definitely, I think, do fairly well in the league. And 7th isn't a bad place because that will set them up for Europa League, which they are in this season as well, so hopefully they can keep their Europa League run going. I've gone for Arsenal. Now, people won't be happy with this, but I don't believe they've got what it takes to win, to get into the top 4 this season again. I know they brought in Lacazette, but Giroud is already there, and Giroud is playing in front of Lacazette for France, so does that suggest that Lacazette isn't actually as good as we all think he is? Also, we've got to consider the fact that Sanchez might leave and Ozil might leave. Both possibilities. I know they are still at the club at the moment, but Sanchez doesn't seem to be training with the Arsenal team, so there's a possibility he could leave. And if Sanchez leaves, I honestly can't see them getting top 4. I can't see that happening anyway, to be honest. I think the amount of players in the better players in the top 4, teams in the top 4 at the moment, I think justify being in the top 4, and I couldn't see Arsenal. I think Arsenal need a few more defenders and a few more centre midfielders really to challenge of 5th. And in the last position to miss out on top 4, I'm going for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp has obviously done quite well with Liverpool. However, I do feel like that Liverpool won't get into the top 4 this year, even with the signing of Solanke and maybe even Kelter. He's not been confirmed yet that he might come in. But I don't think they'll get into the top 4 due to the fact that Coutinho, this transfer saga with him, I honestly could see him leaving, and I don't think they've got enough time to replace him. And also, I honestly just think that they haven't spent enough. I think they still need another striker. Really, Daniel Sturridge is out quite a lot of the time, and without him in a team, they look a little bit low in that position. And you've also got to think about the centre-back positions, as there isn't many good players at centre-back or even left-back in their squad at the moment. We come to the top 4, and in 4th position is Chelsea. Now, this might be seen as a bit of a controversial decision considering they won the Premier League last year, but you've got to imagine that they have also now got Europa League football to deal with, which they didn't have last year, and I think that's going to be a big impact on them. Obviously, they have brought in a few players, which is really good, like Rüdiger, who is the German centre-back from Roma. However, I feel like I just don't think that they've got the depth. They've let a lot of their youth talent go, like Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Chalobah. I know a few of them are on loans and that sort of stuff, but still, I think they could have done with that for the Premier League campaign this year to have some of that youth talent around, but they haven't decided to keep it, which is a shame. In 3rd, we've got Spurs, who haven't done a lot of transfer business, but I still believe 3rd is fairly reasonable for them. I think the fact that they haven't done a lot of transfer business, obviously they've let Kyle Walker go, but other than that, they haven't brought anyone in. It's actually a benefit to them because it means they haven't got to find a different tactic to play to fit in everyone. They will already have the tactic. They'll all already know each other, so there won't be any nerves about their new players or anything like that. So I think that could be very helpful for them. Obviously, I do think they need to strengthen a little bit, but letting Kyle Walker go for 50 million, no one can blame them. In 2nd, I've gone for Manchester City. I believe they'll finish 2nd, even though they brought a lot of right back and left backs in their defend, and their centre backs still looks very shaky, and even their goalkeepers. I'm not sure how good Ederson's going to be. Obviously, Bravo wasn't very good last year, and I don't think they've got what it takes to win the league defensively. Obviously, up front they've got the likes of Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, but they've let Iheanacho go, which might be seen as a little bit of a bad decision considering they've now only got 2 attackers, so I'm not sure what they'll do if one of them gets injured. And also, their midfield is obviously always stacked. They've got Sterling, De Bruyne, Sane, and they've already brought in Silva, and Bernardo Silva, and obviously they've already still got David Silva. But I don't think I honestly cannot see them winning the Premier League. That leaves Man United to win the Premier League. That's what I've gone for anyway. I think Lukaku obviously was a great signing for them. Is he worth 75 million? That's a lot to question, but he's going to be their main striker, and especially if they can get Ibrahimovic back in after January or in January to keep the form going, that's what they're predicting to happen. So that'd be quite nice to happen. I think Mourinho really needs to win the title this year, otherwise I could see him go on, and I think the pressure on him will make him be able to win the help him win the Premier League this year. Obviously, they've also got Champions League football, but I think that will also be a help rather than a hindrance for them. I think not playing on the Thursday night will give them a little bit more rotation possible for this a little bit more fresher players for the Saturday and Sunday games. So I think they should be able to win the league. That's my prediction anyway, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Just quickly though, if you missed the Arsenal episode 4 Let's Play, that is it on my channel. It's gone up in a weird shape. I had to private it rather than schedule it because I made a mistake, but I do apologise for that. But that is up on my channel if you missed that. So Arsenal Football Manager Let's Play episode 4 is up on my channel, and episode 5 will be up. It should be up by the time you've seen this actually, so I'll see you all in a bit. That failed. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and leave a comment down below. Also, if you're new around here, subscribe. And also, if you missed the Arsenal Let's Plays that have been coming out, there is a playlist on my channel. Check that out. And also, the episode 4 might not have hit sub boxes correctly, so please make sure you go and check that out. And I'll see you all for another video very shortly. I think the next one's up on Sunday. You've had a double upload Friday. What's the luck? See you in a bit. Bye.